It happened at Daniel's celebration, one of those lavish evenings where pride hung heavier than the scent of cologne. The music hummed softly beneath golden lights, and laughter poured through the room like expensive wine. My wife, no, my ex-wife now, stood beside the piano draped in the crimson dress I'd once gifted her. She looked like desire spun into fabric. When the band shifted into a slow tune, I crossed the floor toward her. All I wanted was a simple moment, a dance, a touch, something to remind me I still had a place in her orbit. I offered my hand. She glanced at it, as though I'd extended something filthy. "You don't deserve to touch me," she murmured, barely opening her lips. "Your kiss disgusts me." The laughter came instantly, Daniel's thunderous roar leading the pack, followed by her glittering circle of pretentious friends snickering behind crystal glasses. That laughter didn't just sting, it seared. But I stayed still. No anger. No blink. Just quiet. "You should enjoy tonight," I said softly. "It's the last one you'll ever host." The room fell silent. We'd met 8 years earlier, when I was clawing my way back from a brutal year in business, sleepless nights, endless coffee, and stubborn hope. She entered my life like peace after a storm. Back then, she said she admired my fire, the drive in my eyes. I believed she wanted to share that flame. In truth, she only wanted its warmth until she found a brighter blaze. She married my potential. Then she left me for someone who already embodied it. At first, I didn't notice the drift. It came slowly. The nights she wasn't really working late, the phone that always lay face down, the fragrance on her skin that wasn't mine. When I finally confronted her, she smiled that gentle, cruel smile and said I was imagining things. Love turned to gaslight, affection to manipulation. But truth leaks through even the finest silk. Mine arrived as an email, sent to the wrong inbox, or maybe delivered by fate itself. A dinner reservation for 2. Her name. Daniel's name. The man I'd called my brother, my business partner, my friend. That night, I didn't rage. I didn't throw anything or shout. I simply sat there, bathed in the glow of betrayal, until the screen's light felt like a fire against my face. Love blinds you. Betrayal makes you see. The next morning, I called my lawyer. Quietly. No theatrics. I transferred half my assets into a new company under another name, something she'd never trace when the divorce came. I altered my will, my stocks, my trusts. Everything tied to my name disappeared. She thought she was bleeding me dry, but the accounts she accessed were hollow shells, traps I'd prepared months before. Every transfer she made, every designer bag, every luxury, she was spending her own half, without realizing it. I let her keep going, weaving her own noose with each withdrawal. As for Daniel, smug and certain, he had no clue the documents I'd shared with him, those critical files for his upcoming deal, were laced with poison. Hidden liabilities, a misplaced trademark, a missing license, flaws that would surface only when the contracts were sealed and the lawsuits ignited. They thought I was naive. I was simply waiting. So when Daniel invited me to his grand party, I accepted. I smiled, shook hands, toasted his success. I even praised his upcoming merger. My calm made people mistake restraint for weakness. When she humiliated me that night, I didn't react. I didn't have to. The fuse was already burning. While they drank to their arrogance, Daniel's company servers crashed. His files vanished into digital dust. Investors panicked. By midnight, the merger was dead. By sunrise, the media called it one of the worst corporate breaches in years. And her name, her signature, was all over documents linked to Daniel's offshore accounts. I'd left those breadcrumbs myself, weeks earlier. She wasn't just a witness. She was the centerpiece. When she woke in Daniel's penthouse the next morning, he was gone. His phone disconnected. His lawyer silent. His empire in ruins. Her accounts frozen. Her calls unanswered. I still remember when she came to my office. No makeup, no confidence, just desperation wrapped in designer clothes. "Please," she whispered. "You can fix this. You're the only one who can." I leaned back, studying her as if she were a stranger. Why would I fix what I didn't destroy? Tears fell. Real ones this time. She reached for my hand. I let her, just for a moment, to let her believe forgiveness still lived somewhere in me. Then I said, "You were right that night. I'm not worthy to touch you, but you're not worthy to beg me." She left in silence. I watched her reflection fade from the glass door, a ghost of the woman I once loved. It's been 6 months. Daniel vanished overseas. She lives in a small, anonymous apartment, far from the glitter she adored. My real company thrives again. People say I look lighter now. Maybe I do. Sometimes I still hear her words. "You are not worthy to touch me." They no longer cut. They remind me of the night I learned what silence is worth. Because revenge isn't chaos. It doesn't scream or break glass. It waits. It smiles. And it lets the truth do the killing. That night, when the laughter died and their faces turned pale, I didn't just get even. I got free.